In 3, 2, 1. What's Goodie in the Hoodie, everybody? On today's episode, we are back with another pod episode. But today, I have a very special guest with me. It's my bestie Kiki. But basically, I'm trying to get back on the grind of posting regularly with these podcasts. Kiki luckily has her phone to record the video portion today because otherwise we would have had no video yet again. I'm trying to work on getting something where I can have video and not have to worry about storage or the questions or anything like that. So for now, usually when I have a special guest, we'll have video. If it's just me, we probably won't have video. But it's fine. It's fine. It's okay. Anyways, Miss Kiki, how you doing?
I'm doing great, y'all. You know, been studying a lot. We love studying. No, we don't. We really don't.
We don't love studying. But anyways, Kiki's here, and we have some questions that we're going to ask the both of us, and we're both going to answer them. If you haven't already, subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment of who else you want to see in the pod. And I'll be sure to try to get them on. Okay, cool, awesome. All right, Kiki, you ready for the first question?
I'm scared, but go for it.
Okay. Now, this question doesn't apply to Kiki, but
This angle is not giving. But
it's not giving, but it's fine.
Just ignore the angle, guys.
But basically, before you were taken, because this bitch ain't single no more.
Ain't single no more.
You got the damn taken bestie and the single bestie, but
and the other single bestie.
Yeah, we got a couple of single besties. But anyway, that's not the point. Before you were taken, why were you single? Give us some reasons.
Okay. Well, number one, because a lot happened with my other relationship, and if you know, you know, and if you don't, oh well. But a lot happened, and I was honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, scared to fall in love again, and scared to be in another relationship because I had got my heart broken in many ways. But I'm pretty sure the other person did as well.
I would hope. The fuck?
And wasn't ready to be in another relationship because I just can't give myself out the way I wanted to. And I wanted to be in a better, healthier spot for myself so that I could be in a relationship.
Period. Yeah.
Sorry for all my laughing.
Oh, there goes the mic. The mic is fucking retarded today, guys. Sorry about it. Anyway. Oh, there we are. That's a good sound. But basically, reason I'm single. Shit. Basically, the reason I'm single is because I, for some reason, have this self problem with self-destructing. I would have been in a relationship probably right now as we speak if I didn't self-detonate it. I think my issue is I have a big problem with believing that I deserve things. And when a lot of things don't go my way, I believe that that's like the universe telling me that I don't deserve what I have. So I tend to self-detonate a lot of that stuff. Just because I'm single, though, does not mean I don't got feelings for someone. But I'm on a journey here. I'm to getting myself back into the game. Because right now, I'm in love with somebody I can't have. So, it's kind of rough. But I think the reason why I'm single is because I'm terrified of love, I think. And I I don't think that I deserve love. And that's a self issue. That has nothing to do with anybody else. It's just a me thing. Um, but I think I'm at the spot now where I know what I deserve, I know what I want, I know what I need, but it might be too late with this one specific individual. So, we'll see. I don't know. Maybe it'll change in the future. But as of right now, eek. But on to the next question. What is the hardest thing you've gone through in a relationship?
Okay. Well, the hardest thing that I went through was
Hold it like that. There you go.
was I before this relationship that I'm in, I was in a current relationship with one of my best friends, and I did. I lost my best friend and the person that I was in love with, so that was kind of hard. It was like one of the hardest things I went through in life, and it was just like I was constantly wondering like if they were okay or how they were doing, and I was kind of at the point where like I didn't know if I should reach out or if I should just let them be because I felt like at times they were happier without. And maybe that's a issue that I have and an insecurity that I have within myself is like thinking that like people are better off without me because I overthink a lot. You know me.
Why is that so relatable?
You know, I just overthink a lot. That's me. I hate overthinking a lot, but you know,
Shit happens.
pretty much. She said it.
Oh fuck. What's the hardest thing I've been through in a relationship? To be honest, I've been in a couple relationships. Not everybody knows that. But I'd say going through my abusive relationship, that was pretty hard. Not a lot of people know about it. Not even really my family knows about it. But I guess they're gonna know now if they're watching. Oops. It was back when I believe I met him in 7th grade and then it continued till about 9th grade. So it was about like 2 years. And it was just a bunch of back and forth. And I think that is also a big reason why I'm single as well, because that relationship kind of set the tone for how I view relationships as a whole. But I guess the hardest thing was getting over that. Because for the longest time, it was always, you're not good enough. Nobody's ever going to love you the way that I do. And I believed it because obviously it was my first relationship. I didn't know any better. And I was also young as fuck. So it's like I didn't know what love really was. So like that was my example. And it wasn't great to say the least. But I'd also say letting go is something that I've kind of struggled with and is probably the hardest thing that I've done in relationships. Because letting go of somebody that you once had a lot of love for and a lot of care for is pretty fucking difficult. And I've had to do that twice now. And it's not even necessarily that I had to, it's just that I felt as if in order for them to be happy, they would be happier without me. And again, it comes back to why I'm single, and it's me not believing that I deserve anything good, really. Like everything's kind of connected, but I've learned to deal with it now. Like where I'm at now is probably the best I've ever been mentally, and even physically. And I feel like we're on the up and up. But I'd say the hardest thing too is like letting go. Like my abusive relationship was really hard, but I'd say even more difficult than that was letting go of not one, but now two people that I genuinely had so much love for, and I was very much in love with the both of them. Different times, obviously, not the same fucking time. Oh my god. But that's kind of what I would say is like the hardest thing I've gone through with relationships. And it's all tied together. So shit. Um Ooh, this is a good one for Kiki because Kiki is like my only friend that's in a relationship right now that I hang out with like all the time. Everybody else that I hang out with all the time are single. Like I have friends like Dylan and Addie who are in relationships, but I don't see them all the time. I see this one, Joel, Jackson, I see them all the time. Um, but how do you keep a relationship healthy?
Oh, good one. Honestly, I think the best way to keep the relationship healthy is by, even if you don't want to express how you're feeling at times, is to tell them how you're feeling. And communication is a big one. Communication. Because if you don't communicate, then what the fuck is a relationship? Like, let's be for real. Let's not mention that in my past relationships.
Shit.
Let's not mention that one. Can't be ratting myself out like that. But, this year, been doing better for myself, but keeping your health.
Oh my god. It's okay. It's a pod. Who cares?
Keeping a relationship healthy. It's okay not to hang out with them a lot, but
you have no choice, bitch.
My circumstances are a little bit different because my boyfriend's in the military, so sucks to suck, but I do love him. But keeping our health, we're communicating, telling each other how we feel, hanging out when we can.
Hold on. The mic cut out. Give us a second. Hold on. You know what? To make this easier, I'm going to fucking hold it because I keep moving Kiki's hand and poor Kiki's just like, bruh, every 5 seconds. So I got this. Okay, go ahead, Geeks.
Well, I already said communication. I'm sorry. I said that like 3 times. And it's by hanging out when we can, spending quality time with each other, and basically being there for each other when we need to be there, when we need to be there.
Period. All right, now coming from the single bestie, what I think makes a relationship work. I'd say communication is probably the biggest one, and I think everybody kind of knows that. If you're not able to communicate with your significant other, you're really not going to have a good relationship. It's just going to be torture, pretty much the entire relationship. But I'd also say trust and loyalty are 2 of my biggest things because, as a lot of people do, I happen to have some trust issues, and it's pretty hard for me to trust people easily. So if I do end up trusting you and we're not able to communicate and have open conversations about things, our relationship isn't going to go anywhere. And I promise you, I will probably dead it before it even starts. Another thing that I've kind of learned from my last, I guess you could call it a situationship because we were never together, but this is the person I'm still in love with. I would say that one of the biggest takeaways from that is not jumping to conclusions. Because too many times I feel like we were fighting over things that we shouldn't have been fighting about. But the biggest thing would probably have to be leave everybody else out. Because it's one thing to all be friends, and I was and am in love with my best friend's best friend, but that can get tricky, but it only gets tricky if you make it tricky. I tended to vent to my best friend about our relationship, and I feel like that's something that kind of the hard way, because it was almost like I was venting to him, and yeah, it's okay to vent, but I was venting to him about his best friend and the person that I was talking to, and vice versa. He would do the same thing. He'd vent about me to my best friend. And I feel like if you're having to communicate through another person, that says a lot about your guys' relationship and trust in each other. And I think men, for the most part, and I'm not going to say all men. Hello? Bitch, I'm not here for this. Sorry, the mic cut out. Okay. The mic keeps cutting out for my Spotify listeners, so I'm very sorry. This is kind of a hectic pod. But anyway, I feel like leaving everybody else out of your relationship is a big one, because if you're constantly going to a middleman almost, it's almost like you're in a throuble. Like you're not in a relationship with one other person, you're in a relationship with two. And it all comes back to communication. Like if you're not able to communicate with your partner and you have to fucking communicate through another person, clearly the maturity levels aren't there, and clearly you guys are not ready to be in a relationship with each other if you're involving other people. And I'm not saying we always involved other people, because I love my best friend to death, but sometimes he'd involve himself, sometimes he'd insert himself into situations, and we would allow him to do it. And I feel like that's where like the communication has to come in and detonate that shit, because that does not fucking help. Let me tell you that much. But ooh, this is a good one. Do you always need closure with a relationship or a friendship? Again, bitch, I'm a fucking shit is gonna piss because this shit is actually genuinely pissing me off. Anyway, go ahead, Keeks.
I feel like having closure is a good thing to always have, even if it's with a friendship, relationship, just so that if you're a person who overthinks, that you're not like, damn, like I didn't get closure. So like, what am I going to do? And I feel like without having closure, it's harder for you to move on and get over the situation that happened if it ends badly, that you need that closure so that it can help you to move on, and so that you could be like, okay, it wasn't, so you wouldn't just feel like it was only your fault in the whole situation that had happened with a person.
Damn. All right. Okay. Shit. I mean, I agree. But for me, I'm a big closure person. Like, I will always stand with the idea of closure. I don't think everybody is equipped to need it. I'm just one of those people that thinks it's healthy and it works. Because that's kind of where I'm at right now, is I don't have any closure from my last situation, so I have no way to like move on. Like I have nothing to hold on to push me to let go. If that makes any sense. But I feel like closure is just a big thing for a lot of people, because if you don't have that closure, like Kiki said, it's very hard to move on because there's so many what ifs that come out of that. And as overthinkers, that's immediately what you go to are all of the what ifs. And what if this had happened? And what if I talk to this person now? And what if it works? And what if this? And I feel like a lot of people don't understand that. Like my best friend Jackson, he has a totally opposite response to this question. He doesn't believe that like a person needs closure. Like a person's closure is the ending of a relationship, right? But for me, I'm the total opposite. And this is one thing that we actually disagree on. We don't disagree on much, but this is one thing we disagree on. I'm a big closure person because in the past, I've kind of found myself holding on to old flings, old relationships, things that happened in those relationships because I never got the closure. And that's just me. And I think that closure is pretty important also because without closure, you really don't know that a relationship is over. Like you could feel that they're not there anymore, which is kind of what I'm going through right now. But there's always the what ifs of like, what if he comes back? Or what if we work it out? Or what if this isn't over? Versus, okay, I know it's over because this person doesn't feel this type of way towards me anymore. He wants to do his own thing, this, that, and the third. But I don't know. I'm a big closure person because I can't do it without the closure. Because I'm telling you, I think a lot of overthinkers think that way. Because if you don't have the closure, it's really, really fucking hard to move on and move past a relationship.
Doesn't matter, friends, relationship, anything.
Yeah, friends, relationship, it doesn't matter. Ooh, this is another good one. Eee. How high would you prioritize your relationship? Or how high should you prioritize your relationship? That's what I meant.
That's a good one. Honestly, I'm a big energy person. So it's like if you're not gonna reciprocate how I am by putting me like on the top and like being there for me how I'm there for you, then I would say to not put in as much energy as put in as much energy as they're giving you. That's what I would say. And but me, you know, my relationship's going good, and my relationship right now is one of my priorities in life right now, even though we don't see each other. But
shit. God damn.
But it's okay. It's okay. When he comes back, we've been strong. We've been strong, even though it's been a little hard because of the distance. But and I told myself I would never do long distance. Now look at me. What the fuck happened?
2024 the plot.
2024 the plot for real.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I agree with Kiki. We kind of agree on a lot of things. But okay, there goes the video. So the video just went out, so it'll probably be audio only, guys. Anyway, or we'll put the video in up until the end and then I'll add the audio.
That just happened.
It just happened. It just happened. But for me personally, I feel like I'm also very much like Kiki in the sense of I'm a big energy person. I care about people with everything in me. Like if you're my friend for life, regardless of if we stay friends for life. Whenever you need something or you're going through something serious and you have nobody else, like I hope you know, even if we have fallen off, that I'm still gonna be there for you regardless. But I'd say prioritize your relationships how you please. And when I say that, that doesn't mean put it last on the fucking list. But a lot of people tend to put their relationship before everything else. And I don't think that that's the way it should be. I think it should be your wants and your needs should come before everything fucking else. And that's just the way I am. If you feel some type of way about something going on in your life, that should take priority over your relationship. And that could even bleed into your relationship because if you're going through something, clearly if you're in a relationship, you're going to want to go through it with your person. But for me personally, I prioritize my relationships below like the people who have been there for me through everything. So when I say that, it's my family will always come first. And depending on how far we are into a relationship, like if we're dating for 3 to 4 years, you're practically family to me now. So you're prioritized with my family. So you're on the top of the list. But after that, it comes my friends. And then after that, it becomes like the acquaintances, the people that I see every now and then, and so on and so forth. But that's just people. You throw school in there, you throw your fucking
school, work, that's a hot mess.
Yeah, like you the way that you prioritize things should very much it should be a conversation between you and your partner, because if your partner has their dreams, their goals, their aspirations, and that's going to come first before you, I believe you should know that right off the bat so that you can make the decision whether you want to stay in that or not. But for me, my family will always come before everything else. And who knows, maybe you might become a part of that family. But as of right now, no. No men are going to come before my family. Because at the end of the day, the way I think about it is even my friends that I consider family, they are the people that told me that they were going to be there and proved it. And if a new man comes into my life and I start dating him and we're only like 2 months in and you're expecting me to prioritize you over all of those people, you've got me all the way fucked up. Because I'm not doing that. Because at the end of the day, if me and you don't end up together and we don't have the long-term relationship and we break up, guess who the fuck is going to be there? Those people. So if I prioritize you over them, they're going to end up feeling some type of way. And then if we break up, I'm going to have fucking nobody because I prioritized you over the people that I knew were going to be in my life forever. You feel me? You feel me? But, oh God. Okay. We have like 2 more questions. So it might be a little bit on the shorter side today, y'all. Just because we've had a couple technical difficulties yet again. But when do we not with this pod? I promise you guys it'll get better in the future. But as of right now, this is what we're dealing with. This is what we're doing. And we'll figure it out in a later time. But anyways. We're going to talk a little bit about me and Keeks. Me and Keeks go way back. I'm just kidding. We not really. Because the way I met Kiki was through my best friend Joel. And I didn't even really know her until Joel brought her around. And that's how I reconnected with another one of my best friends who was dating her at the time. But pretty much me and Kiki have gone through a couple hurdles ourselves. Let's just say we were cool, we were ballin', we were best fucking friends. Some shit ended up happening, some shit went down. We stopped being friends for a couple months, worked on ourselves. And then last September, I reached out to her and I was like, hey, by any chance, do you have any time to talk? She was like, I bet that. We had a conversation. I saw the change in her. She saw the change in me. And now we're back and better than fucking ever, bitch. But for you, Kiki, what was the hardest thing about our friendship kind of falling apart for you, in your opinion?
I would say for me, it was more of like the way we ended things. It was kind of just like I kind of like wanted to say more, but like I knew that it wasn't the time to say things, and I knew that she needed her space, or else, you know, Maleia, she'll pop off on you. That's facts. She'll pop off on you if you constantly keep bugging her and she needs time apart when she's heated so that she can collect her thoughts and so that she can come back and be better. And the hardest part would say was like having no contact, because it was like there was times where I'm like, I would see her pop up on my Snapchat memories and I would be like, damn, I actually really miss this bitch.
I miss that fucking bitch.
And I would want to reach out to her, but I was like, no, I just don't know if the time is right. And I'm not a really big confrontational person.
Oh, hell no, you're not. That's why I do all the confronting.
I'm not at all. But I wanted to reach out to her, but I think she needs more time. And I'm like one of those persons, like when the time is right, the time is right. But I'm like deep down, I felt like the time wasn't right, so I just didn't reach out.
Valid. I knew you missed me, bitch. Anyway. But here goes the fucking audio again. I swear to God, I'm gonna punch this mic today. Sorry if the audio's going in and out for y'all. My fault. We'll get this fixed. We'll get this fixed. But for me, I'd say the hardest part about our friendship falling apart is because at first, I was chilling. And I wasn't chilling because of anything that Kiki did or anything Kiki said. It was more so for me, I've had so many friendships fall apart. So for me, it was kind of like one of those things where like, what else is new? I'm used to it. Cool, whatever. Let's move on. Let's move past it. But like after those like first initial couple months, I was just kind of like, damn, bruh. Like as much as I love my friends, Kiki was always that one person. Sorry for that brief intermission, y'all. The mic cut out once again. I'm gonna have a field day with this damn thing. But anyways, I would say it had nothing to do with Kiki. It had more so to do with me because I've had so many friendships fall apart, and I've been so used to it that it was just kind of like, oh, like again, okay, fine, let's move past it. But after those first couple months, I was just kind of like, and Kiki knows this. A lot of my friends, I love them dearly, but the amount of energy that this bitch has packed into her singular body is kind of fucking absurd. And I'm the same exact fucking way. So it was one of those where like Kiki was always that person who matched my energy. And there was never a doubt in my mind that every time I'd hang out with her, the vibe would just be constant excitement, constant happiness, constant like just fun, like genuine fun. And when I didn't have that for so long, even though I was working on myself and I wasn't really paying attention to anybody else, it finally got to that point where like, oh damn, I'm good. I'm vibing with where I'm at right now, but I don't have the one person that has genuinely always matched my energy. And so in September, that's when I reached out to her and we were able to squash our shit. And we're both I would say we're both very big believers in like not necessarily the no contact, but like the space. Because giving somebody space is kind of also giving them respect. Because if you don't give a person space when you know how they are and you know that they need the space, it's kind of like you're disrespecting them. Because you don't really care how they think. You don't really care how they feel. And I think that's a big thing that also gravitated me back to Kiki was the fact that like she was able to give me that space and like really gave me that space. Like we dead ass did not say a single word to each other. Like her and our best friend Joel would text on occasion. They would see each other on occasion. Like it was cool, whatever. But with me and her, it was like we dead ass did not talk. We had each other unadded on shit. Like we just did not fucking speak. Like it was dead ass no contact for like months. And I'd say more than half a year too, because it was literally from like January to September. It was dead ass. Most of last year, we did not speak. But we're back and we're better than fucking ever. Thank God. But I think that's where we're gonna close out the pod, because I'm still gonna try to figure out this goddamn microphone situation, and we'll eventually figure out the recording situation. But for now, y'all, Kiki, you got any last words for the podcast?
Bye, y'all. Hope you have a good day.
And you guys can bet your ass that you'll see Kiki on more episodes now that we are friends again. Woo!
And the audio will be better, and the video, we'll figure that out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. It's fine. It's fine. But for now, y'all, like Kiki said, hope you guys have a great day, or night whenever you're watching this shit, or listening, because at this rate we don't have any fucking videos, so you can't be watching. But anyways, make sure to do something for yourself today, tomorrow, and every day. I love y'all, and peace out.